Before this video starts, I need to praise Dr. Joe Dispenza because he took me on a journey towards finding out about healing and changing my life. Now, he wasn't the first, but he did get me on the deep adventure. But there was one thing that was holding me back with it. I just couldn't heal myself. I just couldn't create what I needed and wanted because I was trying so hard with elevated emotions. Now, this today is that talk on it. I actually found that the true answer to heal myself for me and for many of you out there who are struggling is deep inner peace. When we start to let go, we start to find serenity, peace, effortlessness, and the body starts to heal. I am talking about that today. If you like Spirituality Simplified, you may want to subscribe. Also, check out my free Facebook group, and I have 3 spaces just opened up for one-to-one coaching. If you're interested, that will be linked in the description. Now, guys, I've been on a journey of self-discovery, and I encountered the teachings of Joe Dispenza. He teaches about you change the habit of being yourself and you change your life. Now, there's an interesting thing because actually that concept is what brought me to learn and have my spiritual awakening. The part was, though, I was using his meditations and I was doing hour-long abundance meditations, blessings of the energy center, healing meditations, and I was spending hours of my life meditating, trying to feel different, but nothing was changing. Nothing changed until I discovered that what the true art of healing and changing is that I was not taking it out into my everyday experience. I was still letting the outside world be a god of me. Now, through that journey, I one day searched Joe Dispenza and Joseph Murphy came up, and then Michael Singer came up, and then all these great teachers, Alan Watts. And I started to really discover that they're all speaking the same thing in a different language. What was it about Joe Dispenza's work that wasn't working for me? And that was the effort. The effort within the work that I had put in. Now, I'm not saying it for everyone because look how many healings they've had. But when it comes to elevated emotions, there's a beauty behind that. But people try too hard to feel good. And then they wake up from the meditation and they just start to feel bad. Well, I've got a solution for you guys. Behind all of the fear, pain, doubt, and wanting to change is your true self, who is perfect, whole, full of vitality, gratitude, peace, and everything. So how did I discover this? Well, I was using affirmation prayers and everything as well as meditations, and my whole life just stayed where it was. It's because as soon as something bad started to happen, I would react to it. I'd get frustrated. I'd put all this work in and nothing is working. And then I'd go and do a meditation for an hour, elevated emotions, and then I'd wake up. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza says this himself about the meditations teach you how to come into life. So I credit him for that. But I had to go on a journey of discovery for myself. And what that discovery meant is that actually the outside world, what's happening outside of yourself or your sensations or the pains of the chronic pain in my throat, it was an illusion, something that the true me was noticing, but it wasn't actually me. So the thing happening outside of me isn't me. I'm the one who notices it. And from my preference, I'm having a reaction. Now, if we can start to realize that any situation, whether it's pain, monetary or otherwise, is just a situation when there's no emotion in it. So I started to discover that inner peace around chaos was the key to healing my life and healing my body. So that situation, the big bill that came in unexpectedly, if I react to it, I give life to it, because what we add emotion to, we give life to it. So the elevated emotions work really well. But if you're counteracting them with just as high stake or even higher stake elevated emotions of a negative manner, it's like adding an acid to an alkaline. So I decided that elevated emotions were just too extreme for me, someone who used to be an actor and is very emotional anyway. I decided to master my emotions. What is that then? Well, it's basically noticing that life has an opportunity. I give it opportunity to become a god of me. I'm making that situation a god of me. That one really helped me, by the way, guys. Is this a god of you? So the point being is that pain, Are you letting it be a god of you? Now, I'm not saying if you're in chronic pain, just from someone who's been in chronic pain, you go out there and you keep forcing, right? But I had chronic throat pain and I was singing in front of 3,000 people a night, and I was going to doctors to say, I don't know what's wrong. So I decided to see it as an illusion. So I worked through the pain. I'm not suggesting you do that. Everything I say here is just simply what I did. You can put it on top of yourself if you wish. But I decided to work through that. It was once I actually was able to take some space away from the problem that I could see how it was just a long-held emotion, the crying child within me. So it's actually the act of letting all that go that brought me healing. You see, everything that's happening to you is because of emotion anyway, long-held. So when I think we try and fight a long-held emotion with a new elevated emotion, it makes it a battle. But actually, there is a battle going on inside already. Your body doesn't want to hold on to these fears. It doesn't want to hold on to these doubts. It doesn't want to feel pain. It doesn't want to be out of balance. It loves you. You have to know this. Once you really decide that there's an energy in you that loves you, you become free, right? So again, I realized that the one behind it all, the awareness behind all the chaos, that is perfect. And what is the essence of God but perfection, or the divine? It's true perfection, my friends. So I realized if I sit back into that awareness, I can let perfection come up. So the healing power that healed me was peace. It was ease. It was surrender. Surrender your body. Surrender to it. You know, at the end of the day, your body doesn't have a mind of its own. Your life does not happen to you. It happens through you. So if you're fighting against life, you're trying to heal yourself, you're trying to heal something, you have to realize that you're creating the battle. When you start to relax behind it, then this changed for me. So I started to meditate more as an observer than trying to feel something or make something happen. That change of effort was what changed my life. So I started to just let it go. And what I realized from there is that actually, when I let go, when I'm not so reactive towards the environment seems to be more pleasant. More stuff seems to happen. My body seems to heal very quickly. Like I was in a car crash, guys, and I had such a bad burn all over my hand and arm. But I mean, if I held it up there, which hand is it? You don't know. People were saying you're going to be scarred for life from there. Every time you tan, you're just going to have a big white patch. And I just don't accept it. I never sat there going, my body is whole. I just went, I don't accept it. I let go of all fear around that scenario. That's the true thing. Okay, and I'm going to make a video on this. And if you like it, I'll make a video on it. But fear is the devil, peace is God. That's the truth. Fear is the devil in your life. It is the temptress that makes you think that this illusion of your body, of life, of this whole scenario is real. And that's why it hurts, because you think it to be real. But it's not real. It's all an illusion. You're living in a simulation. Your body is just molecular waves of light that have come together to make a solid. It doesn't stay the same. Everything can change. So if you're on a healing journey and you're feeling a fight against life, you're feeling a fight against your body, you've got to realize that your body is waiting for the decision to be made that is healthy, that it will accept what you accept. It has no mind of its own. It is a reflection of you. So I found that finding deep inner peace within the chaos meant that the chaos had to come to peace too. And if you have peace in your heart and mind, you have it in your body, you have it in your bank account, you have it in your marriage, you have it everywhere. So if you're struggling with elevated emotions, if you're struggling with the effort of healing, why not come back to inner peace and see how that helps? I'll see you at the next one, guys.